She right got me. It's week 4 of the NFL, and all eyes are on the reigning MVP, Aaron Rodgers. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Chargers and the Texans, next on Madden NFL 23.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit of snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading them out, the second-year man from Alabama, Mac Jones.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
Hey. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. The numbers for Mixon last week, 16 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it. How you establish your run game.
2nd and 5 now. Stafford, that's caught right side by Anderson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Stafford's throw complete there to Bateman. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Mixing up the middle. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's kind of like clockwork right now for them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Stafford. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They'd been moving the ball well. Drive had started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's Stafford. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
They run with a 4th-year man. This is Damian Harris. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. The Chargers had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they moved back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
And look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 10 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A good pickup there, a 22.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. To throw is Rodgers. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And now fall incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop it. It's another first down. On first down, here's Breida. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Here's Rodgers to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks him backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This take it in at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Again, it's Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And he's only entered 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
connect on second down. That leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Stafford. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. A handoff to Mixon, and he'll be taken down at the 34. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. On 2nd and 9, Stafford. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 23. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. And I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing is Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dan Arnold, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And the result, a Houston touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
One play has them up past the 40 already. First and 10. It's running straight ahead. They find some open field here. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see. first down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. It's brought in by Harris. Touchdown, Chargers. Damian Harris, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have moved out in front. York now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Stafford now to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet.
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end, because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Rodgers throws taken in by Waddle. Touchdown! Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Stafford. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now it's Stafford. That'll be caught by Anderson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Stafford here. And he'll just get rid of it.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Stafford looks to throw again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. First down, Rodgers. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Rodgers. Here's Johnson with a reception. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Rodgers now on first down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. So we have reached half test as we'll get you over to Orlando, and we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go. Welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. So here are the Chargers to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against Jacksonville, and they lead this one as well right now out in front here. They've got it 1st and 10. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw. Completes it to Samuel. Room here to run. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Breida, they'll go up the middle. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They hand this off to Harris. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 29, Rodgers. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Chargers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. That time a 9-play drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start moving.
Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And picked up by the Chargers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Houston set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
On 1st and 10, Stafford.
They'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. And that one almost intercepted. But it's incomplete. He had space in front of him if he had held on. But instead it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Stafford.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 42. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st. On 1st down at Stafford.
He'll find Bateman once more. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Stafford. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's a give to Mixon, and he's going to be met at about the 43. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Out of the gun, Stafford. Drops it underneath to Spiller. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he missed it. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this. Back now in Houston. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Call it a gain of a yard, and 3rd and 8 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense, sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. After the interception, here's Stafford. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
He sets to fire deep, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. Juwan Bentley there to get him down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 6. So the completion good for 7 there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And it's caught.
And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Harris looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Harris. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line.
They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Damian Harris, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
And now out comes Houston.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Stafford on 1st down. Caught out left side by Robinson. Bulldozes past him. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. To the air again. Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Chargers on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now here's another carry for Harris. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers you would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A huge play there for Houston. 49 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Touchdown, Texans. Joe Mixon, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Texans get a bit closer. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. Just a 4-play drive that time. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, 45 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
The throw over the middle, taken in. Still going. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Looking for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Stafford looks to throw again. That's complete, left side to Bateman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Stafford. Touchdown, Texans! David Njoku, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. What a game for him, Charles. That's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Rodgers looking to throw. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Stafford. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Stafford. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. David Njoku with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. And all of a sudden, we've got a ball game. They get the touchdown, then on the kickoff, they get another touchdown, picking up the fumble, taking it to the house in just a matter of moments. 2 quick scores, Charles.
Every time we start to neglect special teams and big plays that occur off of them, something like this happens that reminds us we've got ourselves a game now.
One last throw here for Stafford. Eluding, and now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.
So for the Chargers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.